I was diagnosed in February of 2015. Really did not have any signs. It was a matter of I had turned 50 and I was in the last month of my 50th year, as they say, and I knew that if I didn't have my colonoscopy, my mother was going to schedule one for me and would go with me to the doctor and embarrass me. I had my colonoscopy on Monday morning, and I knew by Friday that I had cancer, and it was rectal cancer, and literally the ball started rolling as, you'll need to have this appointment, you will receive a phone call from this doctor's office, and it began. Then I started meeting with oncologists, and the oncologist had me meet with my surgeon, and I had a port put in, and that would be for chemo, blood tests, any of that. They would just use my port instead of going through veins. And honestly, it moved pretty fast because once it was determined that I had cancer, there was no waiting. Process began. I have an ostomy. So they removed part of my colon and my rectum, and I have a permanent ostomy. Options were that they would go in, and option number one is remove the cancer and everything would be fine. Realistically, option number two was going to be they would put a temporary ostomy. And three was they would have to do permanent. And the decision was made before my surgery that if that's the case, the doctor had permission to proceed with having a permanent ostomy put in. Well, I actually was cleared in 2020.
Oh, okay.
Is when we had my final CT scan. All my blood work was done. They were not detecting any cancer at all. Everything was going quite well. So I've been released from my oncologist. We go back to the care of the primary doctor. So my advice to anyone is to have a good relationship with your primary and do what you're told, because my primary was also pushing me to have a colonoscopy when I turned 50.